What is up, Ravens flock? Huge shout out for your support for the 410 Sports Talk. James and Glenn are the best in the business. They're killing it right now. They love talking Raven talk. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel. Let's go Ravens. Big trust.
What is up, everybody? James Haskell with 410 Sports Talk, riding solo on this one. In the next few episodes, had the awesome opportunity on Saturday to meet up with a local sport agency and a few of their athletes, Reliance Sports Agency here out of Baltimore. They had a media day, and we had the awesome opportunity I had the awesome opportunity to interview a few of their athletes, some offensive linemen, some corners, guys that are going in the mid-round of the draft. Some athletes from other sports, basketball, track, and things like that. So I've taken the opportunity to post a few of these videos here as they're local athletes to the DMV. It was really fun, learned a lot, really insightful. Some friends of Lamar on the show, as you'll see, some guys giving some good insight from an offensive line perspective about what's so fun about the Baltimore Ravens, offensive scheme and things like that from their position. So much more about what they make these guys tick, what their goals are moving forward. So go ahead and check it out. Also, make sure to follow them on Instagram, anywhere else they have their social media presence, and then check out Reliance Sports Agency. Shout out to them for allowing us to join them on their media day. Enjoy the videos, and we'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. James Haskell, riding solo today. My co-host is not able to make it, but I'm really excited to be at Reliance Sports Media Day with my new friend and guest on the show, who I'm going to allow to introduce himself. Have at it.
Yep. So my name is Josh Green. I'm a jumper at Cornell University. I'm a rising sophomore there. I'm looking forward to this interview with my guy.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it, man. So Cornell, how's it like being in the cold?
Oh man, actually, I love it. I don't know what to say. I'm from Baltimore. Was raised here, and I actually love it there. It gets a little cold, it gets below zero there.
Right.
But you just gotta bundle up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bundle up. I love it there, though. I love the green. It's a little change of scenery compared to here.
Right.
I love it there.
So, what I want to do here today is let people know who you are, and then, as the person and then as the player. So, you grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Where did you go to high school? Who did you play for? What position?
So, I went to Gilman School in Baltimore, Maryland. For the majority of my career at Gilman, I did basketball. So, I played point guard at Gilman School. Transferred over to track around my sophomore year. Excelled in track my first year. I ended up winning the conference championship in the triple jump. Came in, I think, 5th in the long jump, and from there I just kind of took off with it. I just seen success. I saw how much I was improving each practice, each meet, and I just kept with it.
That's awesome. So one of the things I'm curious about in track is, and this is just me personally, because full disclosure, the people on our show know this. I'm an ultra athlete, so I do ultra marathons.
Yeah.
So anything longer than a marathon, trail stuff, things like that. So it's a lot of fun, and I love it. I tell everyone that on every race I find Jesus, because you reach a new level of delirium that is just outside this world.
That's crazy.
But do you tune any, now that you're in college at Cornell, do you do any tuning to your nutrition at that level? Has that changed as you've gone from high school to college, and have you noticed the difference?
I have noticed a difference. I've seen, I think that I've taken more, I think that I've looked at my nutrition more. I think I've looked at my diet more, ways I can improve it, ways I can cut back on certain things. I've noticed I've been eating like a lot more spinach, things of that nature, just to build up my strength.
Good old Popeye, right?
For sure. So, all those things come into play.
Nice.
I think about sleep as well. So, sleep, nutrition, stretching as well is very important to me. All those things, I wasn't really paying attention to in high school.
You're just going out there and compete like a kid,
what I
right?
mean? Exactly. So, once you get into college, then you start to ramp up. You gotta take care of your body.
So, how's it been as a track, as a I know you're on a team, but really, it's an individual sport in a lot of ways, and different from basketball, different from football and stuff like that. How is it with the new NILs? Have you been able to take advantage of that?
Yes.
And are they approaching track athletes and things like that?
For sure. I mean, it's all thanks to Will, and Reliance Sports for getting me these connections with these companies. The NIL deal just kind of blew it open for sports athletes in a sense. Really just making sure you're marketing yourself. That's a big part of it. You got social media like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You got to use all of them to get those deals, to make those connections, really. It's all about connections in this world.
No, I mean, that's why we're here today, right? So what are your goals and aspirations this year? Going into, you said you're going into your sophomore year.
Yeah.
So what are your goals for this year as an athlete?
As an athlete, I feel like the goal for me is, I'm coming off of an injury from this past season. So I think my goal for me is just get back to where I was at Cornell. Even in my freshman year, I was the best or the number one triple jumper on the team.
Nice.
So just getting back to where I was, getting back comfortable. I think I look up to guys like Klay Thompson that can come off of an ACL injury, win a championship. So I'm not going to sell myself short. I'm going to continue to keep working and just fill that pitcher of water each and every day.
There you go. No, I love that. I think that's crucial. I'm excited to see what you do. So your goals are obviously to come back stronger than before. My follow-up question to you would be, what is the dynamic, or what are the larger goals for your entire collegiate career, right? Yeah, for sure. Because I know that there's probably more than that. Obviously, you're at Cornell, and I'm sure you strategically, picked that school, which makes a lot of sense. But from an athletic standpoint, do you have any long-term goals that you're looking to win a specific competition and things like that?
For sure. I think the biggest thing for my biggest goal, I've always just been a team guy.
Right.
Starting off with basketball, I'm the point guard, so I'm always just looking at the whole team, how to make the team better, things of that nature. The biggest thing for me is just to win our conference championship. I think that's the first goal. I love the group of guys that we have on the women's and men's team. We're all just a family. So that's the first thing. And then, of course, winning the triple jump conference championship. I think those are my two biggest goals. I'm going to try my best to do it this year, but of course I got a couple more years to go, and without a doubt I'm going to do it.
There you go. No, that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, a wise friend once told me the only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's all you really can do. Focus, these are all things being present, just doing the best you can on the day, you're there. But you as the person, I also, like you talked about marketing yourself and things like that. You're in college at this point. It's a pivotal point of your life. What are your goals as a human being, right? Like, you're an athlete, and that's important, but that's only a part of you, right? What are your goals educationally or career-wise? What are some of those aspirations?
So this is a loaded question, just because
all my questions are loaded.
For sure. I've been thinking about this really like my whole life. I came from Yeoman School. That's kind of like a college prep school in itself. Right. So at first I wanted to go pre-med, then I kind of shifted towards information science and psychology. I want to work in that industry. I want to work at companies like Meta, like Uber. Those companies, I've just taken an interest in those. So those are that's the biggest thing, at least career-wise.
Okay.
And then, educationally, I think that I want to get my bachelor's, of course, and then I want to get my master's too.
Nice.
I don't know about the PhD. That's a little tough, but I think I will work towards that as well.
No, for sure, man. Well, look, if you can get it done in Cornell while also being an athlete, I think the PhD is going to be light work.
Yeah.
So I think you'll be all right, and I think you're well prepared. This coming season is going to be a big one, like you said, coming back from injury.
For sure.
How do you talked about it being a team and a family environment, and obviously Reliance being a family environment and things like that. What are you learning from the athletes that are juniors, sophomores, and seniors that you've been able to pick up that you've taken into your college career?
One thing that it's really a couple of things. I think the seniors my freshman year were awesome. One of the triple jumpers on the team actually has a freshman record, so he's a renowned triple jumper. He's great. But one of the things they told me was to take care of my body, and also just approach each day with just tenacity, just pure tenacity. Go out and get it each and every day, because you never know when something might happen. Your career might be over. So just every day, just put your best foot forward.
Right.
So that's what I just try to do every day, every practice. Just work hard.
There you go, man. No, I think that's awesome, and it's funny because it's not difficult to say those things, right? But I'm sure there are days where you're like,
for sure.
Man, can I just coast through practice today, right?
Yeah.
So after school, you talked about wanting to work at Meta. You talked about wanting to work at Uber and stuff like that. How did that, and you're thinking about your post-collegiate life, did that go into your decision to go to Cornell?
For sure. I feel like every move was calculated, at least with me. definitely has something to do with it. I think at Cornell there's so many connections, so many networking opportunities. I couldn't really pass that up. My high school was kind of like a Ivy League feeder school as well. So I knew pretty early what I wanted to do, what route I wanted to take. I always knew I wanted to go Ivy. So
that's awesome.
Just had to work to get there.
There you go, man. Better than I, certainly. But my last question to you, and this is the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, it's a bit comical. You're a young man, so this is a bit before your time. Do you ever watch The Office?
Yes.
So do you guys get are there references everywhere to Andy Bernard, like all over?
Yes.
You know, the Nard Dog and the fight song and the acapella group and all that stuff.
My psychology class, that's all he referenced. There were so many just Office videos for it. It was crazy.
That is so great, man. I mean, I think it's awesome, right? Like, yeah, he has to be, right? He has to be, for sure.
It's actually funny. The actor that plays the White, he actually came to Cornell this past year. So everybody was like
Rainn
following
Wilson.
him. Yeah, everybody was following him.
That's so awesome, funny. Man. No, that's great. I tell you what, I'm excited to see what you end up doing this year. One of the things I want you to let the people know is where they can find you, where they can follow you. You talked about being on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So where can those folks find you?
For sure, guys. So remember, Josh Green. You can find me on Instagram at Josh5Green, Twitter Josh5Green. Looking forward to seeing you guys following.
That's right. Number 1 triple jumper here coming up. Bright future in front of him. Go check him out. We'll talk to you guys soon.
See you.
See ya. Nice, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.